Today we'll talk about how to get you 200 points for your express entry application through an owner-operator LMIA. We'll talk about the requirements, we'll debunk some of the myths, and we'll talk about the benefits of an owner-operator LMIA. So keep watching till the end. Hi, my name is Rashid Ali. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and through my YouTube channel, I share videos on Canadian immigration, especially the business immigration, based on my experience, my knowledge, and my research. So you don't have to spend a lot of time going through all of these materials, and you can get to the point information that you need for your immigration journey in one place. This video is part 3 of a series of videos that I'm making on business immigration, and I have a lot more videos in this series. So subscribe to the channel to stay updated. Click the bell icon so you can get a notification as soon as I upload a video and you can stay up to date. So let's get right into it. If you're not even sure why you would even need 200 points, I will encourage you to watch the first video in this series in which I talk more about this. Basically, today's immigration system has become very competitive and you need more points to set yourself apart from others. But just watch the video up here. I'll also link it in the description so you can go through it and have some context for this video. So what is an owner-operator LMIA? We'll talk about the two terms, owner-operator and LMIA. First of all, LMIA. It stands for Labor Market Impact Assessment. It is basically a way for the Canadian government to assess the job offer that has been given to you. Their goal is to make sure that this job offer will not have a negative impact on the Canadian job market. What that means is you're not taking a job away from a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident. If there is someone already in Canada, a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident, who could have done this job that has been offered to you, they should do it instead of giving this job to someone from outside of Canada, which I think is logical and makes a lot of sense. Now, in order to verify that this job offer has a neutral or positive impact on the Canadian labor market, there is a separate government department known as Employment and Social Development Canada who makes this assessment. Once they've done this assessment and given a positive assessment, you can then use this job offer and apply for either a work permit or use this job offer to support your express entry profile. So that's the LMIA part of the application. Now let's talk about owner-operator. So what's an owner-operator? As per Wikipedia, an owner-operator is a small business owner who runs day-to-day operations of the business also. So not only does he own the business, but he also runs the business. And this doesn't mean that you can't have any employees. You can, but you're also managing the business. Now let's talk about the benefits of having owner-operator LMIA. Since you're the owner-operator who has a positive LMIA, you can now use this positive LMIA, add 200 points to your express entry application, and you can also use this to apply for a work permit. And this benefits you in two ways. You get 200 points in the CRS, or Comprehensive Ranking System, and you also get points for your Federal Skilled Worker Eligibility Scale, which is basically a 100-point scale, out of which you need at least 67 points to be eligible to apply for Canadian immigration. And this is also an important point for you to consider. A lot of times you will hear people who will say, you are eligible to apply for immigration. We've done an assessment, we've gone through your profile, and congratulations, you're eligible, and we can submit your express entry application. Now, eligibility doesn't mean that you will actually get an invitation to apply for permanent residence. Eligibility simply means that out of those 100 points, you have 67 or more points for the Federal Skilled Worker Scale, and you're eligible to apply. You're eligible to submit your express entry profile. And whether or not you get an invitation to apply for permanent residence depends on your CRS score. These days, if your CRS is somewhere around 470, you can get an invitation to apply for permanent residence. So this owner-operator LMIA benefits you in two ways. If you don't have 67 points out of 100 in your Federal Skilled Worker Eligibility scale, you get points there, and then you also get points for your Comprehensive Ranking System. It can either be 50 or 200 points. If the job offer that you're giving yourself is that of a senior manager, you get 200 points. If it's another job which falls under NOC, National Occupation Code 0A or B, managerial jobs, professional jobs, or a skilled trade related job, you will get 50 points. But more on that later. So that's the primary benefit. Another important thing to remember is that you still need to be eligible to apply for express entry, because suppose you even get 200 points for CRS and you have 500 points in total, but if your IELTS score is not CLB 7. You don't get 6 in each of reading, listening, writing, and speaking, or the equivalent amount of scores in CELPIP or your French language exam. You still won't be eligible to apply for express entry. So even though you might have a job offer supported by an LMIA, you have a lot of points, you still cannot utilize these points for your express entry application, and owner operator LMIA might not be the best option for you. So before you get into this journey of owner operator LMIA, these are some of the things that you should consider. Are your language skills good enough to get you CLB 7 or Canadian Language Benchmark Level 7 scores in your language exam? Will you be scoring 67 points in total out of the eligibility scale? If yes, then you should look at the whole owner operator LMIA process and see whether or not it benefits you. If your language skills are not that good and you think that you won't be able to score enough scores, some other programs might be more suited for you. But in general, getting CLB 7 in IELTS shouldn't be very hard for a lot of people who've had some work experience working in environments where they use either English or French as the mode of communication. But let's get back to owner operator LMIA. Suppose you know that you're eligible to get these points and you're eligible to apply for express entry. How do you do it? Let's talk about the basic requirements of an owner operator LMIA. Now, the basic requirement for owner operator LMIA is to start a business or buy an existing business so you can offer yourself this job. You can go for both options. Doesn't matter whether you buy or whether you start a business, but the most important thing is that you must have at least 50.1% ownership in your business. So you should have that majority share in your company. Now, as far as the type of business goes, there are a number of businesses that you can do. You should look at your strengths, what kind of a business is suitable for you based on your past experience, based on your interest, what are you passionate about. And there is a very small number of businesses which are illegal, and there are a world of possibilities for you to consider when it comes to choosing a business. The second thing is that for 200 points, you need to be able to prove that you are a senior manager within that business. You're not just a manager, you're a senior manager. And the structure of the business should be such that it really proves that point, that you are in fact a senior manager. Again, a lot will depend on the type of businesses. How many employees do you need to have for that particular business? What is the amount of investment in your business? Does it justify you being a senior manager or not? If the determination is that you're not a senior manager, you're just a manager, you will only get 50 points, and they might not be enough for your express entry application, especially these days where someone who is quite young, around 29 years old, with a bachelor's degree and has excellent scores in their language exam, they end up getting around 430 points. So 50 may or may not be enough for most people who are either more experienced, are in their late 30s or early 40s maybe. 50 points might not be enough for you. So you need to be focusing on how to get 200 points. Your business should be large enough. The structure should justify you having those 200 points. Another important thing to remember is this is different from a lot of provincial business or entrepreneur programs where you're basically submitting an expression of interest in those programs and then you submit a detailed business plan, but you're not necessarily making an investment in those programs at the beginning. But in this owner operator LMIA process, you need to irrevocably commit your funds for your business. What that means is you should be able to prove that if your application is approved, you won't back out. You won't just get your PR and not start your business. You've actually made the commitment to start your business if your LMIA is approved, if you get your PR. There could be a number of ways to make this irrevocable investment. You could either give a certain amount of deposit, you could enter into certain agreements where the amount of investment is refundable to some extent if your work permit or your express entry application doesn't go through. But either way, it should be clear that this investment is irrevocable and you're really into this. There's no way for you to back out or escape if your visa is approved. That is one of the ways for the Canadian government to make sure you don't misrepresent yourself, because if it was just based on a simple business plan without actually committing any funds, a lot of people might misuse this process where they'd make very interesting business plans, claim those 200 points, and when they get their PR application through, they just wouldn't start their business. Another reason for having to commit these funds irrevocably is because through owner operator LMIA, you get 200 points in the beginning. So once you get your LMIA approved, once you submit that job offer with your express entry application, you already have those points. So you have gotten an ITA. Whereas in some of the other programs, for example, the provincial entrepreneur program, you first come to Canada on a work permit, you spend 18 to 20 months working in Canada, setting up your business, you then submit a report, and then you get nominated for PR. So Since this process is much quicker, more streamlined than some of the provincial entrepreneur programs, that's why you have to play your part. You have to make sure you follow these guidelines of committing those funds or making that investment altogether. It would also be better if you actually visit Canada, make a business trip to Canada to choose a business that you would like to purchase, or to do your research on which business you want to start up in Canada. This will also help in your LMIA application because you can prove that you're really serious about it. You've done your research. You're just not doing it half-heartedly without clear intent. Now let's debunk some of the most common myths. Common myth is that if you spend $50,000 in your business, or if you invest $100,000, you will get 200 points because you'll get a job offer as a senior manager. Now, there is no black and white requirement mentioned anywhere which says that if you invest X amount of money, you will get Y amount of points. You will get your application approved as a senior manager. But having said that, based on past trend, it appears that if you want to apply for a job as a senior manager, your business needs to be big enough, the structure needs to justify that you're a senior manager, and in order to do that, the minimum investment can be somewhere around $250,000. Again, this is not legal advice. The exact investment will depend on the type of business, but if you think about it, you're going to another country, you're coming to Canada, you're starting your business, and it is such a business where you have enough complexity in your structure that it justifies you being a senior manager, you being a manager of managers, you having enough employees. It justifies all of that, and that's why you're getting your job offer assessed as a senior manager. So can that actually happen with just $50,000 or $100,000? I don't think so. And $250,000, even that is the minimum that you might be looking at. So that is one of the most common things. Secondly, this is not an immigration by investment scheme, and since you've made your application on the basis of the fact that you'll actually be starting your business in Canada, just remember that you actually have to start your business in Canada. You shouldn't misrepresent yourself. This is not just investment. You can't just buy a property somewhere in Canada. You can't just buy a house, rent it out, and say, look, I invested $300, $400, $500,000 into buying this house, so now I am a business owner and I'm a senior manager. It doesn't work that way. You actually have to start a business. You actually have to manage that business actively. That's how you will be able to start to demonstrate that you're actually a senior manager for that particular business. So how would this work in practice? Let's take an example where you want to purchase an existing business in Canada. First of all, you would start by looking at your overall budget. What can you invest in your business? Then you would do your research about the type of business you want to purchase in Canada. Is it aligned with your existing business experience or your management experience or not? Then you would plan a business trip to Canada, come here, do your due diligence, make sure that the business that you're trying to buy is legitimate. You don't end up making a mistake where you're buying a business which is not actually profitable. Once that part is done, you will develop a business plan, see how much you actually need to invest in that business to make it successful. And once you have your business plan, you will submit your LMIA application. Once you get a positive assessment for your LMIA application, you can then use it to apply for a work permit and also use it for your express entry application. Once your work permit is approved, you can then come to Canada, start setting up your business, start upgrading it, and start running your business. Meanwhile, your express entry application will be processed. It should take 6 months, at least for 80% of the application. It should take 6 months. And once that is done, you'll become a permanent resident, and then you can continue to upgrade your business, manage it day to day. Once you get your work permit, you can also apply for permits for your family. For example, if you have children, you can apply for their study permits. If you have a spouse or common law partner, you can apply for their open work permit. So they can also come and work with you. Now, if you think you have the necessary contacts in Canada, or you can find the necessary contacts in Canada to help you with the different steps of this application, go ahead, start your process. But if you need professional help for different aspects of this application, for your visit visa application, for your business trip, if you need help with your LMIA, if you need help with the purchase of an existing business, with business research, looking at different options, making your business plan, if you need help with that, if you need help with the PR application, the open work permit application for your spouse, study permit application for your children before the actual PR application, we can assist you with all of these steps. We have specialists who are focusing on different areas. One person who's focused on the real estate part, another person who's focused on business plan writing, another person who's focused on sharing different business options with you. So I will link an assessment form in the description. You can fill it out, and if you seem to be a good candidate, I can give you an honest feedback. We can set up a consultation, discuss your case, and take it from there. If you found this video to be helpful, please give me a thumbs up so I know I can get that feedback. If you want to look at other business options, and I'll be sharing 26 business immigration options in this series, please subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon so you can get a notification as soon as I upload a video. And that's all from me. Thank you very much. See you next time.